yo, what is going on, everybody? Hello. It is so good to see everybody. It's been a minute since I've been able to stream at this usual time, but excited to be able to hop on for just a little bit because we do have some fun stuff up in the mix today. As you can probably tell from the title, we are getting the Voucher promo card today, as well as the Voucher LP. And I'm very curious to see how that is going to work itself out. Now, I don't know why, but I just want to make sure that this is coming through appropriately. All right, let me make sure audio is working. Again, see, I get out of the mix. There we go. All right, sounds good. Sounds good to me. As you can see, we are in maintenance mode. I don't know when we're going to come out of this. My hope is that it's going to be relatively soon. And the only thing that I can base that off of is we saw the voucher price here go a little haywire early on. But now it seems back to normal. So whatever they're doing on the back end to have the price flow appropriately, it is now showing something that is more in line with where we were previously. Now, the entire market is down right now. In fact, I'm not even sure why. Somebody just messaged me and was like, what's happening with the market today? And I didn't realize it was not just a Bitcoin thing, which usually, we understand September for that reason alone. But it seems like the entire market, stock market, US stock market, is struggling a bit today to start off the month of September. So thus, that is where we're at. Bitcoin is down to 57.6. We're seeing Ethereum slide. We're seeing pretty much everything slide. Oh, BNB is holding. But you know what's been really good about SPS and Splinterlands? I mean, SPS for the most part seems to be holding steady. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a little optimistic here. But we had a lot of buying pressure that came in, probably from whales, right? So whales that were pushing the price up. Again, they were just accumulating, and you can see this with a lot of the folks. Let me see if we can go to like the rich list here. So let's go to SPS total. And you can see there's a lot of other names there now. It looks like Vugtis is back on top with 41 million SPS. Holy moly. Our crypto eater is down to 27 million. You got Brave Tofu up in the mix now with 24 million. Shout out to Brave Tofu. Azricon topped up to 11, almost 12 million. I don't know. This is Aggie SPS well. I don't know if he went up or down, but 11 million is not an insignificant amount. So you definitely have folks that are loading up on SPS at this time. And considering the fact that we saw a massive dip overall in the amount of SPS that is liquid, right? I mean, probably over like 20 plus million that was staked. It's definitely having an impact. We went from almost, I think our bottom was like 0.004241 all the way up to the 7 range, right? So 0.007. So not quite a 2x, but still a very significant rise. And yet with the Bitcoin choppiness, with Bitcoin dipping actually from wherever we were in the 60s down now to 57K, there's just not that many people selling, which is good, right? We definitely want to see more price stickiness to the upside for Splinterlands, for SPS. And I think this is the first test. Now, I'm not, this is not financial advice. I have no idea what's going to happen. But I will say that this is like the first little test that I've seen myself personally, where it's like, okay, we push the price up and then the price is just kind of stuck around because not as many people are selling as they used to before, for whatever reason that is. So part of it is probably the fact that there's less SPS inflation, especially liquid SPS inflation, right? Coming out of the LPs, for example. And, that's adding to the fact that there's just less to be sold overall. You have to be much more intentional. You have to unstake and go through that whole process. We know that bots, the massive bot farms were doing a lot of selling over the summer. It seems like that has come to an end as well. I mean, we haven't seen massive selling of SPS in a very long time. And I know that this is probably down right now, but let's just double check the dashboard. Oh, it's up. Okay. So yeah, I mean, you can see here, and let me go to like the last 3 months. So you can see that like these were like every 7 days, right? 612. Oh, this is 615. What is it? 612, 619, 626, 73, 710, right? So these were all a week apart from one another. And so, you know, my guess is that we probably saw a lot of bot farms essentially going offline, and this was all just SPS staking and getting rid of the SPS and essentially dumping it on the market. And we haven't seen that activity, right? And I don't know what this was. Back on August 18th, there was 32,000 accounts activated. Maybe that was a smaller bot farm, right? I don't know. But you can tell here, right? We're at 6,300-ish players. Actually, let's do, what is this? 14 days, does that include? Okay, so over the past 2 weeks, our average is roughly, our daily average is 7,800 accounts. All right, so just under 8,000 accounts. Again, not even all these accounts are necessarily playing. It's just that somebody accessed the accounts for one reason or another. So taking that back to what we were discussing earlier, there just is not as much sell pressure on SPS anymore. Now, that doesn't mean that there won't be in the future. That's not what I'm trying to get at here. But it's nice to see that with this run up in price that we've had, which is significant from a percentage standpoint, right? Not necessarily from a dollar standpoint, but if you bought in, right? If you came in with tons of capital and bought in at the bottom, you know, that capital is now sitting up 50% or so. And so we'll have to wait and see what this looks like. But you know, I put the video out a little while ago about, you know, the different price targets that I had for SPS. Obviously getting to a penny is more so just a psychological thing, but getting into the 3.5 cent range is exactly where we want to be. 3.4, 3.5 cent range. Primarily though, that was for the energy target, right? Because then you create this infinite loop, which I think could really catapult us to another level. But rising from here to 3.5 cents is a 5x. Like that's not an insignificant battle ahead of us, right? That's something that we're going to have significant demand for when it comes to DEC and then ultimately SPS. Now, can, you know, individual whales maybe drive that up? I don't know, maybe. But my guess is that this is going to have to come from, you know, massive flywheel activation due to the whatever it is that ends up getting released, right? So if it's a mini set, or maybe we have to wait until next year with like a full set, like that's kind of the time frame that I have for this. Now, granted, if the market just starts taking off, could we see SPS go up on its own without the flywheel activation? Yeah, definitely. And that would be kind of cool. But there would still be an excess of DEC, excess of SPS. And so my guess is that we hit a lot of sell pressure as we hit, you know, different milestones, like a penny, penny and a half, 2 pennies. But overall, you know, it's not a terrible thing. Now, what I am excited about, and I can't check this yet, is how the impact of no more vouchers for energy is going to, or what the impact is going to be on the earnings potential. Because, and I'll show this to you guys as soon as the game comes back online. So let me know if it comes back. Dennis, what's going on? What's been up? Nothing much, man. Just continuing to grind and have some fun with Splinterlands every so often. So the thing is with this, right? Oh shoot, where was I? Now I lost my train of thought. Thanks, Dennis. No, I'm just kidding. Appreciate the comment. Where was I at? Okay. Oh, so the voucher for energy trade, big one. What I'll be able to show you is just how much that is getting abused right now. And it's not, you know, it's nothing against terms of service. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just, we're like 3 days into the new season. And so I've played roughly 24 energy a day. So like 72 energy, right? 72 games. And there are people already in the hundreds, multiple hundreds of games in wild format, which sure, some of that might be from, you know, energy from reward chests, and I get it, but I don't think people are getting 500 energy from reward chests. That's kind of outrageous, because I've opened up a ton of reward chests in the past, and I've never gotten like 300-400 energy from all of them. So maybe it could be, maybe not. I don't know. I'm looking at this and thinking to myself, okay, well, at some point, that trade is going to die down. And the good part is for people that do want to participate and buy energy, they'll be burning DEC. And that's exactly what we need overall. so let's see here. Ooh, Jason's in the house. What's going on, Jason? How you doing? Yeah, we're gonna try and get back into a regular schedule of streaming. This month is a bit of a transition month for me, but thankfully, I don't have any travel, which is kind of nice. So that's actually pretty awesome. It's a nice month to just chill out. So I'm gonna try and get back to the usual Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday streams every so often. Man, especially with the NFL back. Oh, that's gonna be tough. That's gonna be real tough. It might have to be like an evening Sunday stream, but then again, that's like Sunday Night Football, so it'd have to be like an early morning Sunday stream. I don't know. We'll see. Yo, NFO guys, what's going on? Axler, it's so good to see you. So you know what's so funny, Axler? I just finished the video you put out about the 8 key reasons that you left Splinterlands. So firstly, I want to wish you the best of luck in whatever, wherever you choose to go. It seems like you're doing some fun stuff with the channel and you're focused elsewhere, which is great. But yeah, man, we wish you all the best. I think that it was a good breakdown. What's funny, and if I was going to do something like this, I was going to reach out to you, but I had not one, not two, but actually 3 people reach out to me asking for my thoughts on the video, and even wanting me to like do a response video, which again, it was never, if I do a response, it's not going to be a response like to you. I'm not getting onto future claims, because I actually think there's a lot of things that you and I agree on in terms of our analysis of the situation and how things have played out. And as somebody who was never super involved with land, I didn't take the hit the same way that landowners like yourself did. So I get it, right? But I think there were a couple of things that I disagree with, maybe namely around like soulbound reward cards, but that's more like future looking. And my views can probably be a little bit more extreme. So it is what it is. But nothing but love for you, man. I hope whatever it is you're up to next is going to be awesome. All right, so Dennis says, so vouchers for energy will be removed. Yes, that is finally getting taken away today, and I cannot wait. State of Survival, what's going on? Hello. All right, so I've made the promise here. I made a promise here to, who is it, Joffrey, that I was finally going to look into Illuvium this week, and I have both Illuvium and Pixels open, and I'm curious, is anybody playing either of those games? How do you like them? Or is there another game that I should be playing and checking out? Because, obviously I'm going super hard on the Splinterlands content here, but it's exciting times for gaming all around. I think that there's just a lot of really cool stuff happening. Parallel is another one that I need to get back into, so keep an eye out for maybe a Parallel stream here or there. All right, let's see. NFL guy says, I'm more than happy to do a live stream discussion, but appreciate all the feedback. I mean, hey, if you want to set something up, I'll shoot you a message. I know it's so long overdue that I meant to. We were supposed to chat probably during better times, during better days. But I'll hit you up and we'll see if we can figure something out. State of Survival says, I spent my vouchers on that stupid magic card thing where you have to stake your cards for a chance to get a new card. Not worth it. Yeah. Well, Conflicts is coming to an end, so there's that. I don't know what necessarily comes up next. Doesn't seem like much, but either way, yeah. I really don't know how to. I really don't know how to assess what's going to happen with Rebellion. Because part of me was like, okay, don't do the mini set. Swap over, and then all the people who went heavy on Rebellion, they get happy again, right? They get super happy, and then they're probably incentivized to go heavy on the next one because they're going to be dominating, right? And folks like myself who didn't get into Rebellion either need to finally pony up for Rebellion, right, which helps the ecosystem overall, or just relegate myself into wild format, which is what I've essentially done already, right, from the get-go. But if you get a lot more people that are not able to play in modern format, I mean, those rewards are going to go up even more. You know what I mean? Okay, let's see. If things are heating up again, I'd love to see Darkest Night and Foyer back on. Yeah, I got to check in with Foyer. I know he's so bullish on the Ronin chain. and everything that's going on. I don't know about Axie Infinity necessarily, but definitely the Ronin chain. So I need to follow up with him, because again, that's another game I never got into, another ecosystem I never really explored. But damn, dude, these ecosystems all have money and users. Hive does not, very sadly. Why not? 1 2 3 4, what's going on? Hello, good to see you here. It's good to see that we still have a decent crowd. I wasn't sure what to expect with all of the, all the players leaving the game and things just looking so dark and bleak. It's cool to see that there's still people who are sticking around, which again, I'm not surprised by. I think one of the best parts about Splinterlands is the fact that there is a die-hard player base. I'm sure every game has that, or is going to start having that, especially a lot of the games that are just launching now. But they don't have the history of emotional abuse that the Splinterlands community has taken, right? All the Splinterlands players who've stuck around and just been beaten down time after time, promise after promise, unkept promise after unkept promise, failure after failure, just totally destroyed, demolished, layoff after layoff, right? And yet there are still people here. Yet there are still folks who are buying ungodly amounts of SPS for reasons that are beyond me. Well, actually, that's a lie. One thing that I'm not going to make a video on this, but I guess I'm getting caught up now in the live stream and just having a good chat with you guys. But I did buy SPS. Don't tell anyone, but I bought SPS. And it feels good, right? So it feels good. It was before this little run up, which I feel fantastic about. And ultimately, even though my hand was forced, it ended up being a wise decision. And I'm going to stick with it. And now I'm happy. Now I'm happy with my bag, because I've hit certain targets, and I'm looking forward to wherever things go from here. I'm ready to ride this ship to the freaking moon, or the ground, whichever one. Dennis says, I always get in too late with these things. Bought 200 vouchers 2 days ago for energy purchase. Well, you know what? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's been going on for a minute, so I guess, yeah, you are late. literally 2 days before this little, it's not even a loophole. It's just whatever this is ends up going away. Dennis says, I never read the posts anymore, so I keep cutting my own fingers, it seems. Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of changes, and my guess is that there's still going to be a lot more to come over the next couple of months. But some of them people like, some of them people don't like. Some of them are good. Some of them, to be honest, it remains to be seen whether or not they are good. I don't want to say that they're bad just yet, because the full vision is not completed. So I'm trying to reserve judgment until maybe early next year or the middle of next year. But just trying to be honest with it. Ghostly BG is in the house. What's going on? Hello. Brandon too. What's up? Notice a handful of times using my own account, Ultima's playing as an example for rewards. Gotta keep in mind SPS rewards cap when at or above the 5,000 rank points. Glint does not have that cap though. Though it's hard to value rewards from Glint shop versus price for SPS. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I actually had forgotten about the price cap for SPS, or the rewards cap for SPS. Either way though, I mean, you're still pulling away a good amount every game. I don't think we're back yet, right? We are so not back. Come on, I don't have all day. I literally have an hour, of which we're now almost halfway through. So I really want to be able to see what's going on with this thing. Let me get back to your comments. Okay, so yeah, battle rewards range from 30 to 45 SPS per win. Again, that is enormously high. Brandon, can you imagine what that looks like from a USD standpoint if we get to 5 or 10 cents? Those are the conversations in which I think, or the narratives in which I think can be pushed around to the rest of the broader crypto ecosystem, because I do genuinely believe that there's a lot of there were a lot of people that came in to explore the game in 2021. And I think there's no denying the fact that the game structurally is in a much better place than where it was in 2021. And yet you had all those people coming in. So if we can get that same kind of traffic coming in because there's just stupid amounts of money to be won, I don't know. That gets exciting for me. All right, Dennis says, how are you guys spending your glint? I'm really curious. Everyone in the chat can answer, of course. I made a whole video on this, but I'm going heavy on common, rare, and epic rewards cards. I make sure that I max out the first batches of those every season, and then kind of from there decide where to spend my glint. Because sadly, I'm not earning enough glint to capture everything, but like the first batch of everything. But that's where the focus has been for me for the time being. Ultim's playing describes the state of the game very well. Well, Ultim's is not a bot, Osku, so I don't know if you're trying to take a shot at scholars, but you know that there's got to be a better place for like just naturally gifted players too. I do think we're missing that. We don't have a competitive scene. We have an earning scene, which ends up becoming the competitive scene by default. But what we really do need is a solid competitive scene where people can just play the game, and that's where I think ghost card battles come into play. Brandon says, and yes, I can imagine when SPS hits higher. I remember the days of 0.015 DEC winning battles were like $1 to $7 per win. Yeah, and then you could like do that essentially, not forever, but like, you know, mine your ECR as much as possible. Now you get 24 energy per day, but this is where I love the this is where I love the flywheel kind of action with this, with the energy purchases. Like, energy purchases will never go up in price, but the value of the rewards could, and that could continue pushing things forever, right? I mean, not obviously forever, but for a significant amount of time, right? Like, there's no situation in which all of a sudden DEC goes like well above its intended peg price, right? There's just too much arbitrage there, and people will take advantage by burning SPS, right? By burning a limited token, a finite token, and minting that DEC and selling it back onto the marketplace, which means that your price of playing an additional energy, right? Price of playing an additional game, the energy cost is 500 DEC, roughly 50 cents. And if you get to a point where SPS, I think what was the calculation that I did, right? SPS at 3.5 cents, and you're earning 28 DEC, 28 SPS. Actually, let me do some new math now. Sorry, I'm gonna do it on a separate calculator here. Let's see. We'll just say 35 SPS times 0.035. Is that what oh shoot. Check that out. 35 SPS times 3.5 cents is $1.20. So actually we need a little bit less than that. So 330, I think it was 28 times 0.035. Yeah, so it was about 28 SPS. So if we're looking at just a 28 SPS, which I think is the case for a lot of folks, that's actually below the range that you listed. But if people are making even more than that, you're making $1 per game, $1 per win, and the cost of energy is 50 cents. Like, anything over 3.5 pennies, like that's what we got to get to. Like, I don't know who's going to have to bite the bullet for this. Like, we're going to have to get the whales to buy a lot more. We're going to have to get, this flywheel action happening. We got to get SPS either locked up in the DAO or burned. And then things are going to start to look real pretty. All right. So William says the majority of rebellion liquidity tied up in conflicts. Is this a good process for future sets? You know, I don't know. I don't have a good answer for that, William, in terms of forward looking. I will say, though, that I think this process was better than what happened during the chaos era. So it is what it is. Unless somebody can come up with something better, I would rather stick with this than going back to what we used to do. Harris, oh my goodness. Good morning. I'm glad you faith in the game is still unwavering. Not playing anymore, but still checking on SPL news from time to time. You know, faith in the game, unwavering are very strong words. I've definitely had my moments where I'm not sure about what's going to happen. And to be honest, like, you know, people knock at me all the time, but I'm just like, oh, well, you're not buying anything, you're not spending anything. It's just like, well, because I have enough in the game. Right? Like I don't feel the need to spend anymore. I'm able to enjoy it for what it is. And I don't need to spend anything else. I don't need to spend anything extra. And so, yeah, part of that is, I wouldn't say that's like unwavering faith in the game. That's just, there were other areas like, one of the things that I was thinking about with Axler, just because there were a lot of, somebody had commented on one of my videos talking about, oh, Axler left the game and, yada, yada, yada. And it's like, well, people see opportunities elsewhere. I've seen so much opportunity elsewhere. In fact, I mean, you can literally just look at where Bitcoin has gone over the past 12 months, 16 months versus where SPS has gone. And so am I happy that I was always taking ice cream money out and buying Bitcoin with it? Absolutely. Do I wish I had sold all of the SPS I was earning and buying Bitcoin with it? Kind of. And then for any other capital that never made it into the game, well, guess where it was going? It was going into other areas of opportunity. But that never meant like, that's like, I never took out what I had in the game and put it into something else. But I don't blame anybody who did, because it's like some people had significant amounts of capital in the game, and part of it is just being overexposed, right? Somebody called out Bulldog. People were calling out, not called out. People were mentioning Bulldog, people were mentioning Axler, right? I just look at that as like, okay, at this point you're de-risking, right? You've realized that spending thousands of dollars on a game is probably not the best idea. And I'm not trying to speak for anybody else. I'm just trying to speak for myself, right? Spending thousands of dollars on a game is probably not the best idea. So, take that capital, invest it in yourself, invest it into whatever else you're doing. And, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. For me, I decided to keep it in because I'm just like, yeah, whatever. I'm going to let this thing ride and see where it goes. And I'm not saying that that's the right thing, but I am hoping that I do get rewarded for that. All right, Osku says, I know he's a scholar and many people with heavy investment let him play their deck. Brandon says, it's like horse racing. Osku, I own the horse. Fully maxed deck and Optimus is the best jockey in the game. He takes 50% of the winning. Makes a big deal. What I want to say is that almost none of the top leaderboard guys plays their own accounts anymore. Well, to me, that's the same thing as botting, right? It's everybody's just trying to min-max whatever rewards that they can get. So, yeah, I just wish there was like a other kind of like competitive scene. It's like weird. It's like, it's got to be like casual and competitive so that you're not like hiring people, because where we are at right now with ranked play, this is exactly the type of sentiment that most people have. How do I get the most value for the assets that I own? And some people are okay with just playing and, getting whatever their skill and ability is earning them. And other people are like, well, if somebody can do it better, might as well let them, right? Let them and then share in the earnings. Buy some of my time back. State of Survival says crypto won't take off again for a few years. Bitcoin has to be a driver for all crypto, and right now it's just driving itself. I think we see SPS go somewhere around 2030. I think that's a long time. You're talking about 2 Bitcoin halving cycles. We just had one, but then another Bitcoin halving cycle. Well, look, as a Bitcoin maxi, I'm totally aligned with Bitcoin driving itself all the way to the moon. But I don't think that there's any world in which Bitcoin starts setting new all-time highs and going into price discovery that the rest of the crypto market doesn't get crazy. We've just seen it 2017, 2021. We even saw flashes of it earlier this year in 2024. So I don't think there's a scenario in which Bitcoin all of a sudden goes, to new all-time highs and the rest of the crypto market's like, yeah, we're just going to sit here and let you do that. No, there's always going to be people trying to launch some new thing or airdrop or whatever, right? Like that's just how the space is. Now, granted, we are in a position right now that's probably similar to like 2019, 2020, when it came to those, respective 4-year cycles. And, this is the time period in which Bitcoin maxis are made, right? People look at everything else that's just failing. Like, just look at any chart against Bitcoin. Everything is down and to the right. So people understand then that there's only one true asset, whether it's crypto, whether it's stocks, whether it's real estate, right? Everything goes down and to the right versus Bitcoin. And I don't see that trend necessarily changing. That being said, are there things that are going to outperform Bitcoin in the short term? Yeah, absolutely. And that's actually going to be where many people are going to find like some crazy life-changing wealth in the future, is when they take those shots, time the market appropriately, get a higher return, and then, take that profit back into Bitcoin or something. Now, here's the thing though, is timing the market easy? No, absolutely not. If it was, then everybody would do it, and nobody would be rich because everybody would be rich. But, it's just where we're at. Brandon says, what's your IGN? I'm up for challenges anytime. I still play Wild from time to time in all battles. It's just a matter of time balance. That's fair. I'm well aware. The problem is that it destroys the fun to play if you only play against the top 3 guys in champ. Oscar, are you playing in champ? Or do you go against Brandon's account often? Might want to try again. All this does not run as many decks anymore. Blockchain projects. Hello, After Sound. Yesterday, after selling all my SPS in March, I started to buy again. Now or never. All right, guys. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. There are people who are coming back now. So yes, are there people leaving the game? Absolutely. And it is their right, and I wish them nothing but the best. But there are definitely people who are coming back, or people who are exploring. I've seen them in all different kinds of comments here and there. And not only that, you're seeing that in the whales who are purchasing much more as we get ready. Brand says, whoop, blockchain project, welcome back. All right, Netfo God says, for me, I really want to build out my man cave, and all my fun money was tied up in Splinterlands. See, that makes total sense. You spent on Splinterlands, it wasn't giving you the value that you wanted, so you took it out. And this is what I think Matt always tries to say to folks. He's like, there's no, like any Web 2 game, you can't do that. If you spend money on it, you can't just go and then sell your assets and go do something else, right? Like, look, NFL Guys is hanging out here. I saw his video. Like, he's not trying to, say that Splinterlands is awful and that the devs are rug pulling and whatever. I mean, you had some very fair, but highly critical commentary about the devs, which I think was, again, I will echo your sentiment on that. But for the most part, it wasn't like, oh, Splinterlands is just this trash or whatever, right? Like, you just fundamentally disagreed in where the direction of the game was going. You decided to take the money that you had in it and bought a ton of cool stuff, right? So that is bringing you more utility than earning a bunch of grain. Same for me, After on Gaming. Looking back at October 2021, 3,300 a day in SPS airdrop. Didn't sell any of it for the first 7 months. Oh, 3,300 a day? Oh my God, what? And I thought I was doing well when I was making my 6 vouchers a day back in October. 6 vouchers a day at $25 a pop. All right, William says, Untamed Rebellion airdrops are near the same numbers, filtered by rares of 2 sets, and the difference is drastic. We haven't even seen the Rebellion meta yet. They're in conflicts. Yeah, well, I mean, that's definitely going to be its own thing. And now there's a lot of Rebellion meta that's being shaped by the reward cards, since you can't put those on wagons. All right, Fusion says, I'm bullish on SPS to 2.5 cents by February of 2024, which is almost, what is that, 3.5x? It's more, yeah, about 3.5x from here. In 6 months? Less than 6 months? That's interesting. State of Officer said, I saw your other video about whales. There's some players, I'm assuming, with over 10K packs. How does someone dump that much money into the game? That's insane. Hey man, some people got a lot of money. Okay, so here's this is the part that I'm trying to get at, okay? With the whole video, with that whole video. There are people who have too much money and they want to spend it on things that they find enjoyable. Okay, they want to spend it on things that they find enjoyable, and for them, for them, like, Splinterlands might be one of those things where they can drop a casual, 10, 20K and be like, yeah, this is cool. This is a game that I play from time to time, right? And so if you have customers like that, again, stop thinking about it from our measly player eyes, right? You have to have a little empathy for the dev team, for like running a business. And I'm sure there's a lot of business owners out there, right? You have to understand, step into their shoes and be like, all right, we need to keep this business afloat. It needs to be profitable. Who's spending money and what do they want to buy, right? Like, that's what you need to do. Now, that being said, I wholeheartedly agree that there are things that they could be doing for everybody, right? And not just kind of catering to this, even though we exist in a space that thrives, not just lives, but thrives on scarcity. So therefore they have to put scarce assets out, because those collectors come in and they're like, one of 1,000, one of 500, one of one, right? Yeah, I'll pay a couple $1,000s for that. Let me grab it, right? I've been in this game for a while. So in the same way that I'm just like, I understand the team wanting to create value and create items that people who are willing to spend money are going to spend money on, right? Whether that is rebellion packs, whether that's like a mini set, whether that's promo cards, all of that stuff, I get it. It makes a lot of sense to me. Now, on the reverse end of that, the other areas I think that the teams could add a lot of value is doing things like what have people been calling for a long time? Like a battle pass, right? Something like a battle pass where it's just like, okay, here's something that's like accessible to everybody. If you're here, you play the game, you're a part of it, you're participating in the ecosystem, you can get this card, right? So I think that there's a space for both of them. It's just right now they don't have the team resources or infrastructure to be able to build out that second part, which is a shame, all right? Because we've been talking about it for years. Hive Drip, what's up? Bullish on SPS, but we need more promo sales to soak up additional DEC. The voucher DEC LP today will also help. Yeah, gosh, I hope so. All right, correct. NFL guy says correct. I don't wish Splinterlands ill. I do keep watching Splinterlands streamers and content. I hope to see Splinterlands get a nice second wind. Yeah, me too. I think we'll get there. Blockchain Project says SPS tops out at 20 to 25 cents. So here's the thing. That would actually be double, more than double of our all-time high market cap. So I'm not saying that could be off, but it's plausible at the very least. Gather the Magic says, hope the game gets out of maintenance before I have to head to work. Curious to see what the voucher card sells for. Well, we already know it's going to be 30 vouchers. GhostBG says, not every promo set. Hold on. Oh, Brandon, what are you messaging me here? Do you want me to read this on screen? Probably not. But let me see. Oh my goodness, this screenshot is hilarious. Oh, this is insane. 63% APR. That's amazing. All right, cool. He was just sending me a little trip down memory lane back to 2021. All right, so Goza Beach says, not every promo event has to be about the whales, though. Isn't that one max card per day for 100 days the actual whale event right now? Yeah, I mean, so, okay. So, Ghost BG, help me understand where you're coming from here, because I know you've been you've had some frustrations that we've been talking through in the chat. So, yes, that 100-day auction is 100% for whales. The promos as they used to stand used to be max card only, and therefore they did not leave any room for people playing at lower levels. That's when we had leagues. We don't even have leagues anymore, right? But they didn't leave room. Like, you go back to Waka or Lux Vega or whatever, right? None of them had like single BCX sales. And so, hold on. And since none of them had single BCX sales, right, a lot of people felt like, oh, this is just catering to the whales. Well, now there are single BCX sales. So I'm trying to understand where the frustration is coming from, saying like this is only for whales. Now, when you look at it and you're like, oh, okay, so this promo card's coming out and I'm going to have to spend, I don't know, a couple $100s in order to max it out. Yeah, well, look, the team makes money by putting cards out that add value to the gameplay, that adds some spice and excitement. So the idea, right? Okay, this is where I get stuck at, especially with the criticism about promo cards. The idea that like, oh, the team is doing this, and so therefore they're only catering to the whales is a little like the logic is a little backwards for me, because it's just like, okay, well, what if the team didn't do this? What if instead of promo cards and instead of like a mini set, and I've actually put this out in the past where it's just like, well, what if like for every like set, right? So like Chaos Legion, for example, or Rebellion, instead of it being like a promo cards, core set, and mini set, what if it just ended up being like 3 smaller micro sets, right? Well, that would accomplish a lot of the same things, but would you still be upset? Because the thing is, the team has to put out cards in order to earn money, in order to activate the flywheel and to push the game into, push the game economy into a better direction. Like, they're going to have to put cards out in one way or another. The question then is, if it's a pack, is that less offensive to you than if it's a promo card? And then if we're in this space, all right, if we're in this space where scarcity is everything, right? That's the part of the reason why people love to buy things. Then does it not make sense for them to have something extra special for the people that are willing to spend without it being game breaking, right? I look at the legendary, I look at both of the promo cards, and neither of them has been game breaking. In fact, you can go back to so many of the cards and say that none of them were game breaking. Waka wasn't game breaking. I would make the argument that Lux Vega wasn't game breaking. It wasn't game breaking in the sense where like Lux Vega was able to destroy any and every summoner and any and other opposition. If anything, what was game breaking about Lux Vega is the fact that it made it super easy for you to just like jailbreak your way through the different leagues, because you only needed 1 summoner now, right? That and a dragon summoner. Zerial was, again, I have 1 BCX. The fact that I don't have a max Zerial, I don't think impacts me greatly. Even like Baron Fiat and the other one that came out, I don't even, Henchling Enforcer or something like that. Neither of those, like I don't have any of them, and they're not, I don't know, they're not like cards that I think I've lost to Baron Fiat like once or twice. I can remember, because it was like, oh yeah, that card actually screwed me over this game. Did it push me to buy the card? No. Would I have bought the card? Maybe. I don't know. Probably not. But either way, hopefully that makes my point. I mean, what it sells for on the marketplace. If the mini set sells for SPS only, God knows what it could get to. Oof. Well, I don't think that's going to be the case. They got to sell it in a DEC. Yo, Bolts85, what's going on? Gathering says, game is up. All right, let's freaking go. I want to check out what is looking hot and sexy. All right, let me just hard refresh here. Let me pull up. Oh, they didn't put anything in official announcements yet, so I guess we'll wait. Where would the LP be? Could the... Oh, did you guys see that too? They have powered by Hive. That's pretty awesome. So now we're getting some branding in there. Let me see vouchers. Okay, this is the most vouchers I've ever had. It actually gives me a lot of anxiety just holding this much. I need to sell them. But where? Okay, hold on, let's go to shop. Oh, Hall of Legends. Okay, so this starts. Where's the voucher? Is it under exclusive? Lyra and Lawrence. Okay. Purchase 25 cards and wants to get a guaranteed gold foil card. Oh, you go straight for the max level. How many could I get with 767 vouchers? I can get I can get 25 and get that gold foil. Either that or what do I do with my vouchers? Are they part of like the trade hub? Wait, is there no voucher? Oh, wait, is there no voucher thing yet? Hold up. What happened to the voucher LP? I'm gonna be really pissed if that's not available yet. I've literally been daydreaming about selling my vouchers because it's just been so long. What's up, Supreme Victory Studios? Good to see you here. Brent says, who around during AA, PJ, and drinking promo cards? Having them for sale is better than the RNG to get it out of a mystery potion. Yeah, for sure. I was not during the time. All right, so when Refresher sold for SPS, it didn't really do anything for the price. It did. The price went from 4.5 cents to 9 cents, so the price did double back then. But I don't know how much of that was due to Rift Watchers and how much of that was due to the fact that LPs were paying out stupid amounts of APR at the time. Fusion Sound says, let's go. We're back in the game. All right. I just think the promo card prices are ridiculous, but I don't have to buy it. See, I'm the same as you. I'm like, if people want to buy it and burn, you know, millions of DEC, let's go. All right. So bananas, objectively, you are correct. The context is important. SPS was still full print at that time, and sell pressure on SPS was increasing. Yeah. And keep in mind that the liquidity pools were always, it was always a head scratcher for me, because you are getting your reward token in SPS, and then in order to compound those gains, right, the rewards that you get, because you believe in the ecosystem, you are a diehard Splinterlands ecosystem believer and supporter, but in order to compound the rewards that you get, you have to sell half your SPS, or maybe all of it if you're doing one of the DEC pools. Like, that's so crazy in terms of the amount of sell pressure just to support the ecosystem. All right. I cheated and I saw somebody said to go to just fun of the DEC voucher pool, have fun. All right, somebody said go to the get more thing. So let's go to vouchers and get more. Oh, voucher trade hub. They need to find a better place for this. Markets. Okay. Oh man, there's like nothing in here. You know what? Let's add some. I got some vouchers, so might as well. If I add, oh, okay, no, I want to sell some vouchers, that's for sure. Let's throw in 100 vouchers. 2,000 DEC, 100 vouchers. And we'll just leave that bad boy in there for a minute, you know? Because I think there'll be a lot of activity. Also, it's 100 vouchers. I don't even know what vouchers are going for right now. Let's see, did they update the thing here? Voucher price. Ah, it says 1.4 cents. Okay, hold up. If I sell, oh, wait. My contribution is, I have 2% of the pool right now. This is tiny. Okay, so I probably should not swap at the moment because we need way more liquidity in there. Because if I was to max smash sell, oh, they need more information here. What's the price impact of this? I'm selling 667 vouchers, and that's more than 10% of what's available in the pool. Well, actually, you know what? First off, hold on. Let's go check out this card. Well, you know what? I can no longer, oddly enough, I can no longer get a gold foil copy or confirmed gold foil copy, but I was never gonna do that. How much is this card going for on the marketplace? That's what I want to know now. Because I think there's going to be an arbitrage here where people like myself who maybe don't want the card, but it's like, oh, if people are willing to pay more for the card than it is for vouchers, then there's an interesting opportunity there. Although that arbitrage is gonna find its way to equilibrium relatively quickly, if I had to take a guess. So it's going for $1. There's no way it stays at $1. What I want to know is how many, okay, we can see how many are in circulation, so that's cool. Oh, whoops. What time is it? Oh, okay. You know what? I'll stay on for a little bit longer. Okay. Decisions. Do I get this to level 2 or do I not bother? You know what? I'm gonna buy one. I'm just gonna buy one. I'm just so happy we finally have a voucher shop. Long time coming. Now the question is, how many vouchers is this guy gonna eat up? So we're at 14,531. I mean, it's already eaten up like 20 something, or 13,000 vouchers just from the last time that I refreshed. So that's actually cool. But we'll see if people actually like this card and want it. All right, let's go back to vouchers. I need this pool to get much bigger. There it is. Okay. I went from almost 2% of the pool to down to 0.8%. So that's a good sign. What else? I don't want to swap yet. All right, let me catch up on the chat, and then we could probably close out this stream. All right, so Jason says, sorry, I'm about 8 minutes behind. To make SPS to go up is reduce the amount earned in battles down over 90% and reduce the APR on staked SPS. People earn less dollar value, but SPS is more likely to moon due to restriction on new release. Well, I think you need to have battles high because that is the whole point, right? You want people to come in and play the game. I agree that we could probably reduce. I've even made a video about this a while ago that pissed a lot of people off, but I was like, we can eliminate staked SPS rewards. There's already enough of a reason for people to stake. You get vouchers and you can get glint, right? And you can actually rent your SPS out now. There's no need for you to get SPS, right? For just for staking. That time period is over, and I would really like to see that faucet get shut off. Or if people are really, upset about it or whatever, like after it runs out, which is we're 3 years now into a 5.5 year distribution phase. Like, so another 2.5 years, just let it run out and then no more. All right. So Hive Drip says pools, click DEC, then pools. Okay. Thank you. Go to voucher tab, click get more. I appreciate you guys. We were able to find it. You already bought 25 cards with vouchers. Let's go. What is this? Is this? Okay. It looks like Chinese food with chopsticks, but I don't know. That's just the first thing that came to my mind. Banana says, I hate it when vouchers for sale for SPS because it took more and more to buy them over time, and it felt pretty bad, or felt bad spending that much on SPS on a pack. Yeah, you know what? I will say this. What would be interesting is if they get sold for, like, I would love to see something where it's sold in X amount of SPS. So it's not like if SPS goes down in value, then it stops. It's like sell the packs for, I don't know, like here's where we could get crazy with this. Hold up. Let me just check one thing real quick, guys, just to make sure I can. Okay, so here's what I was gonna say. Let's say they only make like 1 million of this mini set. All right, and so this mini set is supposed to go and resupply the what's that called? The DAO. And so I don't know what would be a good price for packs right now. Let's say you want a $2 packs. So that'd be 200 SPS if SPS was at a penny. It's not. But let's say 200 SPS for a pack. So 200 SPS times 1 million. Oh, I guess that's easy math. We could lock up 200 million SPS in the DAO. 200 million SPS in the DAO if we were to do it that way. Now, would people buy it? I don't know. It depends, right? Like after a certain point. But like 200 million SPS is what? Almost like 7% of, no, not 7%. What am I thinking of? 200 million it's more than 10% of what's currently in actual supply. It's 40% of what's currently liquid. And I guess this is liquid outside the DAO. Yeah, it's 40% of what's currently liquid. You cannot tell me that wouldn't do amazing things to the price of SPS. Now, here's the thing. You could, because I know people are going to be upset about like, oh, well, what if SPS all of a sudden goes to like 5 cents, 10 cents? Well, then those packs just become super priced, overpriced. And you're not wrong, right? Which is why it needs to be something that's like capped, small amount, and it's going to sell out relatively fast. But shoot, man, 200 million SPS getting locked up in the DAO for future use. I like that. I like that a lot. Andrew, click on the vouchers, find LP. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. All right, Bolt says, what a great journey so far. A lot of knowledge gained, FOMO life lessons, 30-day withdrawal penalty. Thank you, Brandon, for the reminder. Yeah, I'm not going to take it out. You know what? If anything, I'm probably going to forget that it was there. I had forgotten that I had put some vouchers into the Voucher SPS LP, and even the Voucher swap.hive LP for a long time until they made all these changes. And I was like, wait, I think I put some in there a while back. Let me see what that's all about. And then I immediately removed them and sold them. Exclusive, you get vouchers. All right, do you get SPS from that pool? No, you do not. You will, your share will just increase over time. 5% of the fees go towards you. So we are no longer SPS inflationary on yet another pool, which is fantastic. We just turned off the ETH one. We turned off the Voucher SPS one. So this is what I was saying earlier, like the seller pressure for SPS is not as high as it used to be, which is great. Yeah, I think special cards is a good use for vouchers. I got one whole card. Hell yeah, let's go. Don't forget, transfer vouchers between accounts, incur 12.5% fee now. Yep, true. So either sell it, and therefore I think if you sell it, you take a 10% fee now. In fact, let's go check that out so I can confirm, because that was the deal with grain. Gildorn, the secret trade of the League of Vertigo, or Vertigo, I mean, not Vertigo. All right, there's a 10% fee on swap values, of which 5% goes to the market shareholders and 5% is burnt. So, for example, right now, whoever was asking, sorry, I forgot who it was, but like there's been $13 in fees that have been earned so far since the launch of this, and there's about $8,400. So if you want to calculate the APR, right, what is this, 13.14 divided by 8480, yeah, I mean, it's like a tiny fee. It's like it's like 0.1%. So yeah, the fees earned are going to be significantly lower. Although I do expect, actually, you know what would be crazy though, is if what ends up happening is that there's not much volume on here because people just actually want to spend their vouchers on something. Now, the thing is, I want volume because keep in mind, 5% of that gets burned, right? So I'm assuming that would burn DEC, or I guess it would burn whatever. But now, if I was to max sell this, see, I wish they would show the dollar value of a voucher. Because right now, one voucher is, how much is this? 21 cents, but then 0.7 of that. So 14 cents? Am I doing the math right? Or 15 cents? Sorry, not 15 cents, 1.5 cents. But I guess you could always just go here and this should pull up everything appropriately. Yeah, 1.5 cents. Roughly. I wonder who's buying. Oh, vouchers going up. Sky high. Let's freaking go. All right. Now's the time to sell, baby. Sell. When am I getting my next batch of vouchers unlocked? Or did it unlock already? Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, here's 1.2 more vouchers I can sell. Gotta sell them all. All right, let's go back to, I want to see the circulation and print rate of these cards. So I have one now. There's 681. Okay, so we can actually keep track of this on our own to see how many vouchers have been burned. So what is it? 681 plus, was it 41? Plus 41 times 30. It's 21,000 vouchers that we've burned so far. 21,660, which sadly is like only half a day's worth of print rate. So we need to see a lot more get burned. But again, we're in like literally hour number 1, so I think we'll start to see this guy get out there. Now my question is, where do I want, like, if I'm going to start spending my vouchers instead of selling them, because it's either like I take the 10% hit or I just pony up and buy the card. But see, look at these prices coming down real fast, because I think a lot of folks are thinking that they could get away with buying this and then selling the card, which they probably can, right? But oh, nobody's selling any gold foils. Isn't that interesting? Okay. Well, this would be a fun thing to track over time. I'm sure it's going to look very, very different as we go along. Ooh, let me play some battles. So a little pro tip for you guys. Little pro tip is coming out of the out of maintenance. I've noticed that the reward pool is just slightly higher, just like ever so slightly higher, simply because of the fact that it's, you know, it's that. All right, hold up. Okay, so I want him. I want you. See, I went and bought beta cards for this. I bought this card, literally level 1, just for that. I'm gonna get you, and then I like this new card. Oh, which one do I like that has amplify? This one or this one? You know what? Let's go with the one with triage. And then, since we have a ton of mana, let's go with Kron up front. And we'll see if I'm able to do a better job. So, oh no, not Kitty. Not the kitty. Oh man, that's gonna murder me. Well, actually, I might be able to get away with... Oh, yeah, let's get it. Get it. All right. Yeah, that cripple's going to be a pain in the booty. Hold on 1 second while that's going. All right, so he gone. All right, we need to stick an affliction on this guy because this is starting to become an issue. Okay, I mean, somebody can do it, right? Like, wow. Okay, so we're just gonna let this keep happening then. That's fantastic. Oh, wait, we can't stick an affliction. Oh, I might lose. Wait, actually, I don't know. Will I lose? Will I not? This is gonna be too long. I think we're slowly gonna get there. Because we're down to three health now, 2 health. So I think we're doing just enough damage. See, that's huge. And then we're gonna be down to we'll be down to 1 health. So after this turn, I think we get it. See, now this is where had I picked the other person instead of Queen Mycelia, I'd be doing an additional damage. Cripple is tough. All right, this one's game right here. Uno, dos, tres. Okay, let's see where we're at. 6.2 SPS per win. Look at that. I was winning only 4 before this. So, if you guys have some energy saved up, now's the time to play. Let's see. The last one that I had, yeah, 4.2. So you can see just how much of a difference it makes. All right, so let me catch up on the chat. Then I have to hop off. All right, yeah, fixed amount of SPS per pack will be okay. Says bananas. Oh man, we got a good crowd here today too. It's gonna be so hard to leave you. All right, what is going on? Why is the game freezing on me? Or is it my PC that's freezing? Could very well be that. Skyr says, am I still playing Soul Keep? Nah, I stopped a long time ago. It just, I don't know. I was so excited for it, never panned out. Trolling HQ, what's going on? Good to see you here. New Age, always late, but here, glad to see you. What are these cards? We got some new cards for sure. Okay. I'm going to try and do one more battle. I accidentally pulled my vouchers, and now I can't get them out because of 10% fee. Oh, yeah, don't do that. Yo, Dennis. All right, I was okay for an hour. What are these new cards? Wow, is there no liquidity in Wild? Trolling HQ, you don't remember me? Did you change your username? Because I think I would have remembered somebody named Trolling HQ. No Sleep Gang, I do remember that. That's from way, way back. Here's somebody else coming back after a long time. State of Survival says, Abtron doesn't remember anyone. He's a very old man. State of Survival, the only thing that I remember is you think voucher prices are going to the moon. And I wish you best of luck in your entire life, sir, if that is how you operate. All right, let's see what we can do from here. I think we're going to go with my girl. Yeah, my PC is slowing down like a mofo. All right, 1, 2, 12. Let's do that. Now, the risk I run is that they're probably gonna, like, I could potentially face a trample machine, Possibilis. So there's that. Yeah, I don't know. I like the scene. I guess we're on a mission to revive the game. Yeah, sure. I mean, I don't know. The game never died to me. That's the thing. The game's still been here. So yeah, I guess some people are trying to revive it. I'm just trying to keep playing. But I get it. All right, we got to take out Venga. Oh, see, I told you that trample was going to be a pain in my arse. All right, clutch. Let's go. Oh, see, that was killer. But do your thing now. Get some damage in. Uno. There we go. And now I need Quora to take it to you next round, hopefully. Get that corrosive ward going. All right. Very good. Okay. I think we can do this, guys. It's going to be tough. There's no doubt about that. But we're going to get another Quora Bloodlust next round. And I'm not saying she's going to be unstoppable, but she's going to be a problem. Oh, huge retaliate. That was fantastic. Way to go, team. All right. And we keep the Pellicor dude alive for a little bit longer. Fantastic. All right. How much do we win here? 7.59. Look at that, guys. I'm going to be able to retire soon. Double the amount of SPS almost. I got to do one more. Just because we're having too much fun with it. Boom, boom, boom. I want to see if we can get 3 in a row, baby. 3 in a row. And then I got to read. Oh my gosh, Royal Eagle with a massive wall of text. Love that dude. He's always on top of it. Ooh, guild pages moved to the new client. Land updates. Exciting times to say the least. All right. I only get 5 henchmen. 52 mana, which is a decent amount. And odds. This is my least favorite rule set. Odds. Actually, no, sorry. You guys know what my least favorite is. It's freaking back to basics. But this is another one that's not appreciated. I kind of want to do another Soulbound Summoner. But you know what? Okay, hold up. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this and this. We're gonna do this. And then, who am I trying to pump up? Pump the jam, let's see. No. 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 All right, so here are the 2 options. We can either go with a double triage, or we can go with a sneak attack. I don't know which one to do. I'm going to go with the double triage just because at least at this point in time, I'm not aware of like many afflictions being possible with you know what? We're going to go double triage. I know that there's not many afflictions available in odds, although there is that summoner, Lorcus, which I know as soon as I hit submit, we're going to face Lorcus. So let's see. Oh, not Lorcus. Okay. I'll take it. But that scatter shot's going to ruin my day. It's going to ruin my day a lot. Oh, no bueno. I knew it. I freaking knew it, man. And of course, everybody's going, okay, come on. All right. Hit him with the dispel. Oh, I guess that doesn't do anything. Oh, God. Yep, of course. So that happened. Oh, dude, F this game, man. All right. And with that, I hereby announce my retirement. Voucher train. Let's go. Choo-choo. All right, William says, what is the rule for adding liquidity green to EC pool? I added and forgot when it launched. You get 5% of the fees, which right now is probably very small, but over time it might grow. It's nowhere near as much as the amount that you were getting from the SPS inflation, but it is what it is. Birds, Bees, and Trees says, after how the heck are you? I am doing good, Birds, Bees, and Trees. How are you? How's the Twitch scene these days? Post Splinter. Oh gosh, what was it called? Splinter TV. My Snowball says you get more grain in DEC when you're moving, I believe. All right, so Voucher pump and dump. Awesome wild battles. Yeah, except I lost to a level 3. That was sad. Thanks for the idea. 2 for 2 wins, 10 SPS and 11 SPS. See, look, I'm telling you, this is the golden hour. All right, guys, that's all I have for you guys today. I will try to be live on Thursday. I don't know what my schedule's gonna be like, but I'll try to be live on Thursday. And honestly, like I said before, I'm trying to be live more often now. I will be exploring other games. So for all the Splinterlands maxis out here, don't be too upset. But yeah, there's just too many fun things going on right now. And as we are hopefully rounding out into a bull run, I know it doesn't feel like it with September in full effect. I am very excited still for what is to come in the coming months here as we close out 2024. So have an amazing rest of your day. I'll catch you all very soon. Thanks for hanging out, and more content coming soon. Peace.